coming soon. Duggar brings you interviews with some of the most famous dogs ever. Here are excerpts from his discussion with Abraham Lincoln's dog Fido.
Oh my dog, you're the real Fido. Duggar would be thrilled to have you participate in his new PawCast, where he talks with some of the most famous dogs in American history.
Good grief. 77 years ago, Mary Todd Lincoln also made such a big deal about my muddy paws. And now this?
Hold on, Duggar. I am reading your email. You are creating a PawCast? Do you mean a podcast?
The Duggar PawCast. It's a Duggar Dinner's technological miracle.
I remember some great moments, like when Mr. Lincoln and I were talking about his newfound interest in cats, and I would say to him, "Please, Mr. Lincoln, we cannot be a house divided against itself."
Duggar, Abraham Lincoln was not a lumberjack. He was a rail splitter. It's not even close.
My friends, no one, not in my situation, can appreciate my feeling of sadness at this parting. To this place, and the kindness of these people, and my dog Fido, I owe everything.
Marcy, I need to clear up some of the uncertainties about those photos. Thank dog that Duggar created this podcast technology so that I can finally speak for myself.
The public will not tolerate a dog, even the president's dog, if that animal soils the White House.
Interesting story. So just as Abraham Lincoln did, I died at the hands of an angry man.
And from his discussion with two real dog heroes, search and rescue dogs of 9/11.
Wow, that's some Sherlock Holmes level of observation. Amazing.
He was one of the search and rescue dogs called to Ground Zero in New York City on September 11th. And Riley became famous when a picture of him being transported back to his dad went viral.
It was very frustrating. It was easy to lose your motivation to search. Sometimes the humans had to stage mock finds.
Marcy! I want to go for rescue training and pass all of those tests.
Duggar, you can't even pass the don't pee in the house test, so really?
Here is a little tidbit about Tracker and his hero dad. They left without getting permission from their department in Nova Scotia.
There was a big parade in my hometown in Texas that featured firefighters and other first responders. I was the last surviving 9/11's rescue dog.
You guys were performing tasks that we just couldn't do. You guys rescued us. No doubt about it.
And his discussion with Rover, the first dog to be a film phenom, and his publicist Rosie.
Interesting. Being a silent film star, I had never heard Rover speak so humans could hear it. But something magical is going on here. I can even hear my own voice. La la la.
Duggar, it's just rubbish. There were 8 Lassie movies and they grossed $285 million. She just runs and shoots her mouth off, trying to be a hero. Lassie was just a blimey curtain twitcher who sold out our concept.
So what were movies like? Did all movies just feature dogs? Because, well, people like dogs more than they like most other people?
Silly dog. He's Rover, the most famous dog ever.
So okay, I get that, but the film was a trendsetter for many other important reasons, right?
I check the various houses until voila. I find the baby. I race back home and convince Dad to follow me and rescue the child.
The Duggar Dinners podcast is a production of Duggar Dinners, LLC. Visit the Duggar Dinners website at www.duggardinners.com/podcast or just Google Duggar with pet-friendly solutions to find our website and sign up to be alerted when the Duggar podcast officially launches. It's the first podcast to leverage AI technology to enable famous dogs to speak. Coming very soon. And now to Duggar, our PawCast host for the sign-off.
Now back to thinking about pet-friendly solutions. And napping!